in this clip we're going to talk about, the proper setup procedures when you're inflating your kite and how to really designate whether or not this is the right place to do it, and, just the general procedures about it. Each kite, all these companies use different specific systems where, you're going to be inflating the kite. Right here, this is the dump valve, so obviously before you start pumping up your kite, you're going to want to put that up. And something you're going to definitely need for this whole procedure here is a pump. It's definitely a funny thing when you come out to the beach and you see some guy sitting there and he's about to pass out because he's been trying to blow up his kite with his mouth. So first things first, make sure you have your gear, make sure you've taken a lesson so you know how to do this, but, get your pump, and you're going to want to set your kite up perfectly in orientation of the wind. So right now, if it was a little bit windier, I could probably just hold this out and my kite would just unravel on its own and everything would just immediately be swept downwind. So that's the best way to set the kite up. One thing to look for before you start pumping is make sure your bridles, these things right here, aren't wrapped around the wingtips of the kite. Sometimes if you inflate the kite all the way, and for instance, this is just totally wrapped up into it, you've just made this into a rigid structure, and it's got a line that's completely just sort of twisted around it, and just one little gust in the wrong direction can just serrate it right apart. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach our pump leash to the connection point that's provided on the kite. Different companies, like I said, use different systems. This is a slingshot rev, and as you can see right here on the dump valve, there's a perfect place where you can attach the pump leash right there. So first thing we do, right there, attach that. And sometimes if it's really windy, even go the extra step, like put the bridle around your leg, or just get somebody to hold the kite while you pump it up. You want to make sure, because this is a one pump kite, all these struts right here, that's what these are called. These sort of rib-shaped things that are going to provide the structure for your kite. You want to make sure those are unclipped and ready to accept air. If they're clipped, you're going to pump up your whole kite, and then all of a sudden you're going to unclip that. It's going to fill with air, and, you're going to have to re-pump your kite up. So to make sure this all goes down in one smooth, swift motion, open up all your valves, make sure your dump valve is closed, sealed, and definitely put this extra Velcro strap on it because you don't want that popping off out there. And then you can go ahead, insert your nozzle, and you can see there's a little ball right down in there. So this is technically a one-way nozzle, but sometimes you got to be a little extra fast and quick when you're plugging this out. You just take it, put your finger over, and then cut it off, Velcro down, and then now we have this really cool little slingshot patented clip that we can actually stick right here to make sure that our valve is going to stay down. I've personally done a 5-mile swim in from the water because I didn't have one of these things and the rubber and the Velcro wore off. I'm out there, my kite deflated. That's a basic kite mare right there. So make sure when you put your kite together, you do it all properly, efficiently, and you don't miss any steps. Once you're fully pumped up, hit this clip right here to isolate the air and all the struts. That way, in the event that you do get into a kite mare out there, you get a slash in your leading edge, even just a slow leak, something starts to lose air, you're going to isolate air into all these compartments, so you're immediately going to have a flotation aid that's going to allow you to get back into shore safely. So